let's move on to the edit snippet page. I want to show this page anytime a user goes to a path like snippets / the ID of a snippet and then edit. Let's first focus on just putting that path together by creating a new file inside of our app directory. So back over here, I'm going to find source app snippets ID. And then inside there, we'll make a folder called edit. And inside that, a file called page.tsx. So this file is going to be displayed anytime a user goes to a path like that right there. I'm going to export default function called snippet edit page. When this thing gets rendered, it's going to receive props, and those props are going to include that wildcard ID. So this function or this component is going to receive that parameter out of that little wildcard right there, even though it's nested in a folder underneath it. So at the top, let's define an interface called snippet edit page props that will receive some params, one of which will be an ID. And remember, these are always going to show up as a string. As a reminder, we're specifically receiving a param called ID because between these square brackets, we have the word ID. We'll then apply those props to describe the props received in here. And then as we've kind of already seen, we're receiving this ID as a string, but a lot of the code inside of Prisma is going to expect that we are looking up these snippets based upon numbers. So right away, I probably need to take that ID of param and turn it into a number. I'll just take care of that immediately. Then inside of here, let's just return a div that says editing snippet with ID, and then just print out the ID. Okay, let's give this a shot. As usual, back inside the browser, I'll go to snippets 1/edit. And there we go. So we're definitely receiving that ID and hopefully parsing it correctly and then printing it out. Before we move on, let's very quickly take care of hooking up this edit button over here. So whenever a user clicks on that edit button, I want to navigate them to the appropriate edit page. We just put that button together. I bet you know exactly where it is. It is inside of our ID page.tsx file. So there's the button right there. That is the edit button. We're going to replace that button with a link element instead because we want to navigate the user around. At the very top, let's make sure that we import link from next/link. Then down here, I'll find that edit button and replace it with link. And I'll put on an href with curly braces, template string / snippets, and then the ID of the snippet, which is snippet ID /edit. If I save this, now I'm going to try clicking on edit right there. And there we go. I flip right on over to the edit page.